Hello everyone, welcome to Fiaura and welcome to Boot Camp Episode 1. Now I'm going to be doing more of these videos in conjunction with Divine Intervention. You should check them out, they're a very good clan. It's also where I currently have my TeamSpeak server hosted. Now, as you can clearly see, this is vastly different. We're looking at me driving a Fox right now. And yes, I can now press shift and actually go into my my view. And replays, and I have no ability to move the camera. It's moved on me. So the objectives here start spawning 1, 2, 3. These are the only 3 objectives that are set. In addition to this, you will notice that there are these repair points. Please also remember that Global Ops is for Tier 5+. You must have a Tier 5 vehicle. These repair points will repair your vehicle for 1/4 of its hit points and fully replenish all of your ammunition. You can only use a repair point after you've used it. It takes another minute before you can come back and use it again. Remember that just because you used one repair point doesn't mean you get to use the other one. That's right, they lock both of them. Now, the allied NPC tanks are worth 10 tickets. You'll notice up at the top that each side has 2770. That's how many tickets we have before we run out. When an enemy kills a tank, they get 10 tickets from NPC tanks, 20 tickets from our tanks. When we kill a tank, we get the same thing. Now I am going to take the time to mark this guy. And even fling a missile. And then I notice I'm spotted. So I back the hell up and dodge around. We need to push in and take that point. Remember also that you get respawns. Now they have managed to start to secure point 3. Point 3 is the hardest to secure point in the game. I will show you why when I can get somebody who's over there. Because it's just an open bridge. Yet they're being allowed to continue to secure it. Instead of this challenger pushing up and preventing them from securing it, he has stayed down. Now the same thing is again happening back at the point I was fighting over. I realized that Bradley and that Leopard 2 have no intention of pushing in and fighting for it. They're letting them take point 1. So something important to remember now about Global Ops. You can relocate. You don't have to fight where you're fighting right now. You can go elsewhere. And you can do that at any time. So me, being a little ambitious Fox player, I'm relocating. I'm going to go help capture point 2. Because I can. Now we just lost our T-80, but because I'm here now, this point's going to be captured just like that. Because I'm an AFV. Important thing to remember about the AFVs. They have the AFV capturing ability, which also applies to special ability containers, which we're going to talk about when we get one. Basically means that anything on the map that's capturable, I capture quicker. I'm also going to take a little sniper shot. Now the carrier is a great place to snipe at the other 2 points, but it's also a great place to get sniped from. I don't even know what my missile did there, but then the guy made the mistake of backing up too much. There it is. The first of the special abilities. Bunkers and UAVs. Bunkers provide more of those bunkers in the distance. Now you'd be like, those are just static structures. Yes, but they spot for you, and anything that's within range of them, they're going to hurl a shitload of anti-tank guided missiles at. And I mean a shitload. So here I am capturing this bunker point. Now you can also see we're losing by a significant number of tickets. My team in this case does not push, does not relocate, and does not put any pressure on the enemy to do anything. Now I have positioned those bunkers over next to that Centauro 120, who is currently unaware they're there. So wait for it. I'm up here looking around, having a good time. Now I place those bunkers over there in order to inhibit them from moving at the carrier, the 1 point that we have captured. And wait for it. The Centauro 120 moves into the bunkers. And there's the hits. He just gets chewed up and killed instantly. Those bunkers will eat you alive if you move too close to them. So I recognize that, you know what? We're not holding the carrier anymore either. It's time to get out. So I drive on out. I'm out of here. I can't... Also, it's not really fair for me to have to fight Challengers and Merkavas. I'm just going to be honest. My autocannon is completely useless against their side, and my missiles actually are not very effective whatsoever. And you're going to see this during the match about how, you know, I'm really waiting for balance 2.0 to fully kick in, because this is not acceptable with how little I'm able to do against them. Now, in the meantime, I started going for point 1 because I realized no one's actually capping it. And just as I get into position to go up and start, BAM! Objectives changed. It's time to go. And the objective change is based on number of tickets. When somebody drops to 1,900 tickets is when the objectives change. So I'm going to sneak in here and cap this point. I'm an AFV, so I cap it faster than everyone else. While they have to fight through the NPCs, those 2 Terminators, to get here without taking any significant damage, I'm just going to sit here and take it and then run off. Because I can. My bunkers are there, by the way, for this match until somebody kills them. So as they're having to sit there and deal with those bunkers, they're bogged down, and I'm able to take the point. And something to note that's very important. When an NPC tank spots you, you are also spotted by the red tanks. Now I'm about to show you just how a big problem with anti-tank guided missiles and my autocannon. He blew off my wheel. Point blank. No pin ATGM. No pin on the side of a Merkava with my autocannon. I'm basically useless here. I can't hurt him. I bounced his side with an ATGM. Now these guys that are still on this bridge, they are in fact not doing us any favors. There will never be an objective on the bridge again, and there's no real point of sniping from here because you're completely exposed. They literally are hurting their team by staying on the bridge. Once the bridge objective point is gone, once the carrier objective point is gone, once that northern objective, once the initial objective points are gone, it's time to go somewhere else. You can't stay here. You're hurting your team by staying here. You're hurting your team significantly by staying in the same position once the objectives have changed. And guess what? You get bigger rewards for claiming those objectives than you do for killing enemy tanks. As you can see right now, we are continuously, every 4 seconds, we lose tickets because we have fewer objectives than the enemy. We lose 8 tickets a second right now. It starts at 5, goes to 8, and then it jumps to 11. Teams can come back on you in a heartbeat. And it can be fast and brutal. Now again, as far as combat goes, I'm not terribly effective, as we're going to see because of the current imbalance of Tier 7 MBTs versus particularly Tier 5 tanks. I'm just not going to be very effective because, as you can see, I am literally the only Tier 5 in the game. There's a BMP2 and me, and that's it. And the BMP2 is on the other team. Not exactly fair for me to be here. So I'm trying to sneak back through here and hopefully hit these guys in the rear. And I get a hit. Out of 6 shots into his sides and rear, 2 penetrated. Now this gets worse because here's an ATGM round. No pen ATGM round. No, just straight up no pen into his side. That got it. I had to do all that work and effort to kill 1 main battle tank, and now I'm having to dodge another one. And I run into another one. All because that T-80 didn't want to engage a Chally. Dead. My T-80 friend over there is still refusing to engage that Challenger. I firmly believe that, you know, Challengers, Centaur 120s, most of the Tier 7 main battle tanks aren't properly balanced. But that's how it is right now. Now, this isn't saying that, you know, Challengers win matches. They don't. They honestly don't. The Challengers are not going to have the hugest influence on this match. The big influence on this match is actually going to be the little AFVs and the tank destroyers, because we keep capturing the points. So now we have a sandstorm. All vision range is reduced by 50%. That also means my camouflage is basically twice as effective. So I can slip in and out and go all over the place. And nobody's going to really be able to stop me. Now we're going to capture a point before them. And we're going to capture another point because I'm over here capping it right now. So we have these two locations now. And I'm thinking I'm going to slip in here and do something. I didn't notice that there were 5 tanks. Because you can see how many tanks are on a point with the number over there. There's 1 tank on that point right now. I didn't notice there were 5 on this 6 point. And none of my friends are driving over here to deal with this. I just drive in between them. Get some pens on the Challenger. Keep driving. Drive like a maniac. Leopard kind of ignores me. He thinks I'm not a threat. Okay. Have a pair of missiles. Bye. But then everyone's anticipating me and kills me. Because again, my team, look at where the Bradley is right now. He's going way up north. There's nothing up there. There's no way to attack from there. There's no way to help your team from there. The Centauro and T-72 are still down here. They've respawned and come back to this same spot. This is how you be ineffective in global ops, people. When you come back to the same position over and over again, thinking it's useful, this is how you could become ineffective. Now I start moving out again, and there it is. The carpet bomber. The one thing that might turn the tide. I'm going for it. With spotting range reduced by 50%, these bunkers can't see me. Just flat out, can't see me. So I'm going straight in, straight for the carpet bomb. And we're actually going to switch, because I'm going to get the carpet bomb, by the way. I'm switching to this T-80's point of view, because you guys are going to see the destructive force of a carpet bomb firsthand. There's the power up. You press Q to activate the power up, and the carpet bomb can be positioned anywhere. So here it comes. This T-80 continues to drive into the carpet bomb area. Here it comes. I killed one of our friendly T-80s, the enemy Weasel, and the Merkava. If you anything that gets hit by those carpet bombs is basically dead. It takes a massive amount of damage, again based upon angle of impact, but you're basically dead. No questions asked. Now that's an example of how to lose a match. Let's give you an example of how to win a match in this new global operations mode. So I have a second match here. This time I'm in a Stingray. So as all of you guys have seen, you've seen the power-ups, you've seen the bunkers, the UAV you haven't seen yet. You're going to get to see it in this match, and you've seen the carpet bomb. There's also going to be some additional ones that are being considered to be added, which can drastically alter the battlefield. So we're on the opposite spawn now. Now the enemy NPC tanks spawn randomly, and a lot of times you'll find that they might spawn completely not in your favor. Like they're all in front of you. If they are between you and an objective, sometimes you just have to ignore them. This is going to be an excellent example of that, where our team does not ignore them and we pay for it. Sometimes you have to ignore tanks and go for objectives. Objectives win matches, not kills. Be prepared to completely change your mentality. Because, as I've stated just now, and throughout all of this global ops, taking the objectives wins the match. I could care less if you get 100 kills. If we took all of the objectives, by the time you get 100 kills, we'll have 800 tickets left and you'll have 0. That's how this works. So Centauro 120 does the right thing and just keeps going. I hesitate for a moment. I'm doing the wrong thing, I know. Changing to a heat shell. And then I just say, fuck it, I'm going to go anyway. However, I go on the near ramp. Now, our main battle tank force, however, stops and engages these NPC tanks. They actually stop and fight them. They stopped and are fighting them. The enemy main battle tank force, whom spots me and shoots at me, but I get lucky, doesn't have any NPC tanks. They don't have anything stopping them. So they just come right on up, as you're about to see, and we are going to get smashed because of it. There's the T-80. We don't have any main battle tanks here yet because they stopped to fight the NPC tanks. We're screwed. We're officially screwed. I'm dead. And then these guys don't push on up and engage. They stay on that ramp. You can't stay on the ramp. You need to come on up. It's too late now. The objective is lost. Now, the disadvantage to the aircraft carrier, we're also going to see here. As you can also see, we're still winning on tickets. You also shouldn't try to use corpses for cover, because as soon as I respawn, that corpse is gone. Don't use corpses for cover. They're not going to be there for long. So we are currently capping 3. Our team, where'd I go? There we go. Is also fighting over 1. There is 1 tank there, guys. Have the instinct just to push into the objective and take it when there's 3 of you. You have to take these things from them. You see what I'm doing now? You see what I'm doing now? That hit. Those guys on that carrier are heavily exposed, and we now own the flanks. So I'm sitting here just plinking away. Now this is something I don't understand. That hit him in the back of the turret, and it says inert component. That's the back of the turret. How is that inert? That just didn't even go where that didn't even aim that correctly. That one did. Apparently also this aim circle is slightly higher than where it actually is. I just don't understand how the side of his hull is no effect. Now I tried for another shot. I noticed the bunker over there and just said, you know what, I'll take a shot at the bunker in case somebody wants to shoot at it. And then I see these NPCs coming up, and I see all of the stuff going on in front of me. Now we're still holding 2 points. They hold 1. So they're losing tickets. They're losing 5 tickets every couple seconds. Or actually every second. They're just losing 5 tickets. They could be killing more of us, but that's not going to matter. Unless you're killing a tank every 4 seconds, you're not going to make up for not holding 2 points to 1. Now we have to capture that drone point if we want the drone. So I'm trying to help with this Challenger 2 so we can push through and get... So they'll push through and get that drone. Yeah, it's an NPC tank, guys. You need to ignore it. You need to ignore it, seriously. But they're not. They're refusing to just push through it. And now they get it when the XM8 goes, okay, I'm going to do this. Now we go up and go, oh shit, enemy tanks. And then this Stingray 2 comes up, shoots me, and dies. Hey dummy, we have 2 guns, you have 1. That was not smart. And now we're about to hit it. 1900 on their team. As soon as it hits 1900, objectives changed. You can see the objectives spawn in relatively the same areas over and over again. But you got to be ready to reposition like that. So I ping the map. I hit the triple R in order to get my tank to go on its own. And I'm going to type, Weasel, let's go. Take 4, now. I'm going to take a hit for this because this T-80 is determined to shoot me. As he was earlier. But it's too late, T-80. We have the runway. Even if it kills you, taking these objectives wins the match. I'm about to get shot because that T-80 is proxy lighting me. And of course the RCR is refusing to move out to engage the T-80. You want to kill him? You move out to engage. You don't want to kill him. You want to chicken out and let him take the point? You chicken out and let him take the point, sir. Because you aren't going to have any backup without me here. And they're after me. Also, the carrier is now useless. But all of our main battle tanks want to stay up here. It's a great sniping point. It's useless, guys. There's no point in staying on the carrier once the carrier is no longer an objective. You're going to get a couple of odd sniper shots in here and there. But for the most part, you're not helping your team anymore. Get off the carrier. Go capture. Seriously. This is how you win this mode. You capture the points. Killing the enemy tanks is secondary now. You heard me. Killing the enemy is secondary to capturing those points. And you're about to see a very cheap, effective way of capturing those points. Now you see the UAV up there. That UAV can be shot down. That's why they're shooting at it. They're trying to bring it down. But so long as he's up, he's spotting everything in his circle, no matter what. He sees it. So what you guys see now is we're deploying all this smoke to cover us up while we cap this point out real quick. Point capped. We're now no longer losing points just because they hold more objectives than we do. It's tied. Get rid of the Stingray. Now, I hate to say it, devs. The Challenger 1 needs an extreme nerf because this is ridiculous. I pin him. This is one tank doing this to us. His side armor, flat side on, blocks my shot. Get another pin. He's got 3 tanks on him now. And he's not dying. They are shooting him and failing to hurt him. Despite the fact his turret is turned completely around. And I just bounced the back of his turret. He should be dead. There are 3 vehicles pounding on him. He should die. And now I'm going to die to a Stingray too. There it goes. But sure enough, despite having his turret turned completely backwards, we're ricocheting off of it. Devs, this is not working as intended. He should be dead. There are 3 vehicles that have pounded on him, and he gets to walk out alive. The back of the Challenger turret is now invincible. I have bounced off it too many times for it not to be. This is ridiculous. Nerf the tank already. It doesn't make any sense. For 3 vehicles to have him surrounded and outflanked, and he's able to fight all 3 of us off. By the way, that Challenger doesn't die the rest of the match. I'm ranting on this, but it's the truth. He doesn't die the rest of the match. He stays at 38 hit points. Now the points have changed again. We need to go capture them as quick as we possibly can. We've already got people on 6 and 8. I'm heading up to try to get on 8 too to help out. Because whoever was on it pulled off or died. I think they pulled off. But if we can capture 8 before they capture 9 or 7... By the way, that needs to stop happening. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to sit here and cap this. We're still ahead on tickets. By the way. We're still winning the match. That's the thing. I'm going to point out the bomber runs don't come quick enough if you ask me. They just don't. Now I start capturing this UAV point in order to take it and put up a UAV. But it's already down to 4 minutes left in the match. We should be getting the carpet bombs to shake this up drastically. We're not going to get them until somebody drops to 500 tickets. That devs, no, they should be spawning early in order to drastically change up the match and change up how it works. But since they're not, we're now sitting there fighting over this carrier. I get a tag on him, and I back up and get out of here. Because it's time to relocate. I need to go cause havoc at 7. Like, we need to take one of these points so it becomes less about a slugging match of who kills more tanks and more about who's actually got more points. Now, in the final phase, regardless if you're tied on objectives, tickets are still counting down. But if I can start to capture a point, I stop the counter. So long as I'm getting capture points for that sector, I'm stopping the counter. So I go ahead and go for it. I go straight into 7, and if I can get in here and stop the counter, our ticket counter will stop from this capture point. And then it's just their ticket counter counting down. I can also come up behind people and, you know, shoot them into arse. Just like that. Blind them, back up. Hopefully I can get the capture off, which I'm waiting for. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I see him coming. Nope, didn't get the capture. But I have stopped us losing tickets long enough that it's irrelevant that I didn't get the capture. Because we now win. No matter what. They're down. They've lost too many tickets. There's not enough time for them to continue capping. There's a lot of missiles flying at me. And this is the part where I get killed by, I'm not sure what. Oh, the T-90, I think, finally gets me. Nope, that T-80. That T-80 that's been camping there for quite some time. Not that it matters, because that's the whole point, is I stopped the points on. So that's how you do this, guys. You go for the points. Fuck killing tanks. Killing tanks will only help you get points, but if you can capture the points or prevent them from getting more of your tickets out of the match because you're in the capture circle, you win. That's how Global Ops works. Welcome to a game mode that works based upon your willingness to commit to winning the match over your ability to fight. And as you can see, I have a 2.3 kill to death ratio, but I have a 70% win rate. Because I'm willing to capture the bases over and over again and get those wild cards. Get them, get them, get them, get them, get them. You can murder people with those wild cards over and over again. So that's how Global Ops works. That's your intro and your basic boot camp to everything you need to know about global operations. Tune in next time when hopefully I'll be able to get together with Divine Intervention and we'll be talking about the spotting system in game. In the meantime, from my house here, it's been Fiaura, and I'll see all of you guys later. Or who actually stuck around the end of the thing? Did you hit the like button? Did you? Did you? Did you? Did you? Did you? You didn't hit the like button, did you? Or did you hit the dislike button? I mean, hit one of them. Give me an opinion. Did you enjoy the video or did you hate it? Here's the last time we did our... Actually, there's no video for this. It's just me or anything at this point. If you wouldn't mind though, guys, I would appreciate it if you would go to the Patreon page and help me out a little bit. I might be short on rent this month. Might have to tap into savings. Haven't had the best month of streaming. Just saying. And if you want to see more stuff by me, you can by me Fiaura. God, can't even pronounce my own name right. By me Fiaura, you can subscribe. Seriously, subscribe. I put up Armored Warfare stuff all the time. In the meantime, for my house, this is Fiaura. I'll see all you guys later.